Previously on Project Runway.
Hello everyone! Hi, Izzy here. I'm back. I'm live. And I'm happy to be back. To be fair, this week has been a lot better than some of the past ones, so... And I think streaming will help get a bit of normalcy back. Now my internship is done and over with, so I need a bit of holding points throughout the days, weeks, whenever to still know what day of the week we are, because if I don't, I tend to forget which day, month, and year we are rather quickly. I've noticed that happening in the past couple of years quite often when I didn't have to go to school or anything. So let's see if regular streaming can be on the docket again, on my schedule again, so I can actually still keep a bit of a schedule in general. But hey everyone, how is everyone doing? I hope you guys are having a wonderful week and are enjoying yourself. Hello there, Bicycle. That's a name I haven't seen in a while. How are you doing, my friend? Hope you're doing alright. Sorry, just noticed there was something else blaring in my ear. Not the noise I need right now. Don't need to hear myself twice. But yeah, I'm back, and I'm back with a wonderfully looking indie game that is a bit on the older side. Last time I went to Gamescom, actually, I played a bit of it for the very first time because they were there with their game with a demo, and it was amazing. It looked amazing, and it's called Planet of Lana. It's a platformer, but also looks and seems to be sort of cozy. I'm not sure though, because there do seem to be some shenanigans afoot in this game, so we'll see about that once we actually start. I got a new toy to play with today, and I'm very excited about showing you guys this little toy as well. Because as those who have been around for the past couple of months know, I've been streaming with accessibility controllers, mainly with this little guy, the Proteus, which is completely modular, so I can, well, now it's a normal looking controller, but I can make any type of controller with it I want, including one-handed controls, a tiny controller if a game doesn't need many buttons, all that kind of stuff. Really like playing with it, really enjoy it. There are still some bits and bobs that they're working out at the development side of it, because it's actually rather a new thing. And looking at adding more new kits that may be cheaper than this kit actually is. But the fact that it is completely modular, let me just, like I said, can just take it apart completely. Even the modules with the buttons come off, which is really cool, because that gives you a lot of freedom to just place everything where you want it, wherever you need it. So for some games I play in this configuration. With Diablo 4, what I actually noticed is that I don't really need the second joystick, so I had to just, well, switch these two cubes out, put that one on top of the other one as well with the little joystick pointing towards me, so it's out of the way. Worked perfectly fine. With Cocoon, I actually only had a little joystick module, which is not on this round right now, because these are fixed in these cubes, but there's also a smaller joystick module. And I only needed one button, so I used the one button modules that this controller comes with. So I had everything I needed to play Cocoon. So it's really nice to mess around with it. In a little over a week, I'll be at a convention, well, at a small gaming event in the Netherlands, together with the people from Hyperx again, who now also have Proteus controllers, so we can showcase those there a little bit more easily without me being afraid that people are going to yoink mine. But we'll be showing different kinds of setups, including a one-handed setup, which takes a bit to put together, so I'm not going to show it right now on stream, but I do hope to find a game that I can use it on, so I can show it off on stream in the future as well. Today, however, I'm going to be playing with the 8-bit Duke. Oh, that cam is slightly better. So it's a very flat, compact little controller, which, as you may be noticing, does not have triggers or buttons. They are actually buttons on the controller itself. You just had a burst of ads. God damn it, Twitch! You're alright, just running uni projects, but it's almost the end of semester, so that's nice. That's very weird that you just got the ads, because I actually set up Twitch nowadays that it gives me 3-minute ads every hour, so people do not get random ads throughout my stream. So that's annoying that that doesn't work as intended. Twitch! Need to look into that later. But yeah, this is the little toy I'll be streaming with today. That's why there is the second camera as well, so you guys can see me play with it. You can either hold it in your hand like a regular controller, although I have found that it actually plays really nice, just laying on the table, using these two fingers for the joysticks and the other ones for the buttons. But I'll see how this game plays out. Because apart from the demo at Gamescom, I have not played this game yet. That easy because I've been wanting to play it for age now. So yeah, 8-bit do Xbox control, 8-bit do Lite Xbox controller is gonna be our toy for today when it comes to accessibility. Yes, I know. So yeah, I'll show it on there. It doesn't have the triggers or the buttons. They are these two buttons here, and the two buttons here are the two buttons here, and the one there and the one there are the triggers and the buttons. So it's really interesting. It's very light. The buttons also take very little power to press them, which for an accessibility controller I think is amazing. Because that also means you don't need a lot of strength to use this controller, which is for some people with certain disabilities definitely an issue with regular controllers. The Proteus, so this little modular one, which I showed off earlier, these buttons are more akin to a regular controller, which I should still somewhere have as well. Well, it's a Logitech. So, you know, I have 3 controllers I can mess around with, and a PlayStation controller as well if I want to. But these two are similar when it comes to pressing the buttons, whereas these are really light. No, I didn't need to do that. So yeah, the 8-bit do is definitely a controller that is really nice if you struggle with pressing buttons. It also comes with 2 big buttons, which I don't have unpacked right now because I'm not using them right now. But I may be using them in the future on the stream just to show off what they can do. But for today, we're playing Planet of Lana with the 8-bit do Lite. As I said, I've never played it before, so we're starting all over. And hello there, Serious Rain. How are you? Hope you're doing alright. Well, I know you are, because we spoke on Discord earlier, but still. But now you can put a face to the weirdo that is Izzy as well. Ooh. What game are you streaming next week?
Lana!
I have heard of it, have not played it. Alright. First off, the art style of this game is gorgeous. Pirate asymmetric stealth. Okay, that sounds... Oh, I think I know which one it is then. Wasn't really up my alley gameplay-wise. But that seems to be happening with a lot of games that look or sound cool lately. Hi people, oh, don't mind me just randomly running through your house. Okay, I still need to get used to where my triggers are now on this controller. Okay. Okay, so... guess he still can't jump. Let's just stick with that. Yeah, I think I've seen some things about that game. About Shadow Gambit. I'm really curious. There's a lot of cool games coming out this month or the coming months. Today, actually, a game came out that I really, really want to play, but can't afford getting it just yet. I think we failed our jump again. The Midnight Walk came out today. It's a game by a new studio. I am very sorry to them that I currently forgot their name. Bad Izzy again. I mostly know the dev team because they are the dev team that made the first Lost in Random game, which I absolutely adored. Art style wise, it's very similar, so it's claymation, and in this case they actually made every single character out of clay, scanned those, put them on the PC, and then animated them. No, they're not the team behind Little Nightmares, it's a completely different team. But Lost in Random was one of my favorite games on the year that it came out. And there is currently a different team working on Lost in Random 2, The Eternal Die, and I'm a tester for that one. And I've loved every single minute of that game so far, so I'm really, really looking forward to when people get their hands on that game and get to try out themselves. Okay, so we have a bit of stealth going on in this game. Little Nightmares is still a game that I'm planning on playing completely at some point. I keep starting it and then getting stuck at some point. Because I'm not that great at jumping and everything, as you can see. So those and stealth is also not my strongest suit, so I sometimes just lose my patience with games like that. But Little Nightmares is definitely still on the list of games to play, but that list is really, really long. Okay, so Planet of Lana. So far we're just doing tutorial stuff, it looks like. Getting a hang of what the controls are in this gorgeous, gorgeous game. Looking game. I love stealth, Shadow Gambit, Assassin's Creed, Splinter Cell, Hitman. I used to like some of the Assassin's Creed games, and I got bored with them. Because they just started feeling more and more the same over time. Can you not drive away while I'm trying to jump on things? Thank you very much. Yep. I mean, I can do stealth, don't get me wrong. It's just not my strongest suit, and in games that have me do a lot of stealth, it can very well happen that all of a sudden I just take one step too many and then I have to murder everything, so I just go murder hobo, basically. I have a feeling these two are sisters based on an achievement I just got when I snuck past the cook. Because it said sneaky sisters. So I'm gonna guess these are the graves of their parents. Which gives it a bit of a bittersweet tone here. It's your kind of stealth game that you have to play each level like a roguelike, your knowledge being the thing you earn in progression. Maybe. I still have so many games on my backlog, on my wish list as well on Steam, that I first need to get through all of those, I'm afraid. And next month it's Summer Game Fest, so it's only gonna get worse! I am looking forward to Summer Game Fest though. That's very possible. Oh right, this controller actually gives S shake in it. Rumble in it. Hi Robert! What you doing to my sister? Help? Hi Elo. Oh! This can't be good. But yeah, I currently have a wish list of either 250 or 350 games. Keep forgetting which one of the two it is. A little over. And like I said, Summer Game Fest is next month, so a lot of new announcements are going to be made during all the showcases for Summer Game Fest itself, but also all the other showcases around it, including indie showcases. And the indies are always the first ones to go on my wish list. Hated when an alien ship abducts my sister. I know, right, Bicycle? It's so rude of them. Ah! No, I don't trust you. Lights like that are never a good thing. Do I have to? Owl head? No, I don't think I have an owl head on Steam. Now you make me wonder what I have on Steam again. I have a little ghosty on my account on Steam. Ghosty with leaves around it. My whole Steam profile page is still Halloween. Because I love Halloween. Yep, you found me! Now you can see the ungodly amount of hours I've got in Dreamlight Valley. Is there a way I can actually get past this guy without... Can I hide in the bushes? I can hide in bushes. Okay, this game does not really explain that. Or it does if you fail this, but my gamer instincts just kick in and see bushes, so I'm gonna assume I can hide in them. Yeah, my wishlist game is it's a bit all over the place. Most of it are indie games, and sorry about me messing with my nose so much. We still don't know what's wrong with it. And my wishlist is also not in any order of games that I would like. Yes, like I said, I have an issue with that game. I do indeed have over 1,200 hours in Dreamlight Valley, but to be fair, I've been playing since the first week of Early Access, which means I've been playing for over, in August, 3 years, so it's over 2.5 years by now. So yeah, I've got some time in that game, and I normally am not somebody for those kind of games. At all. Whatsoever. But it's Disney. Give it a Disney code, and yay. Ugh. Oh, actually, this might be smart. Good taste in games, though, according to your wishes. Yes, I love indie games. Indie games deserve way more love than they tend to get. And I think I did good by failing that jump, because now we can just swim past that robot. Oh no, even the baby! Never played a game for this long. Dreamlight Valley is one of those games I log in every day for like at least 10 to 15 minutes to check out Scrooge's store to see if by miracle he has something new for me. And then log back off. Thaumaturge. Oh, nice. Yeah, I don't have Humble Bundle's choice. I don't do subscription services because they just... There would be too many that I would have to pay for. Thaumaturge, I actually also learned about Gamescom. Most of my indies I either found out about on Gamescom, although that has been a while now because I haven't gone to the bus. 3 years? 2 years? But a lot of them I find through things like Summer Game Fest, so the replacement of E3. The indie showcases around that time, the indie showcases around the end of the year. Whenever I see there's an indie showcase, I try and follow it live, or at least the day after. So those are out of Next Fest demos, that's how you learn. Yeah, Next Fest demos are definitely a good choice as well, although for those I tend to go with games I already have on my wish list. If I do stream them, I still have videos from last Next Fest that I actually should just cut and do something with. I also learned a lot about indie games through a good friend of mine who does PR for indie studios. And nowadays I also get mails from sites like Lurkit and Keymailer. Not that I often qualify for the keys, but I sometimes do. But it's a good way of learning which games are coming out soon as well. Seeing a lot of indies do key campaigns over there for people that that do stream. I claimed one of the two because the Defenders one didn't look as interesting. The typing game is definitely something I'm interested in because, well, Bicycle knows this. I actually know Bicycle through a Belgian typing game called Epistory and Nanotail, too, in other words. We both were. I don't know if Bicycle is still on that Discord. Talking about that, Bicycle, have you already seen the game that Maracas is working on? So Sophie and the whole bunch that left Fishing Cactus. And if so, have you already joined their Discord? I don't think I've seen you on there. Is it possible? It's called Fish Stick Protocol. It is a multiplayer game. Bit like things like Repo and stuff, but then going for the funny and not for the scary. It looks hilarious, and the Discord is starting up. Of course. Seems like Instagram is doing its work. Sophie has been working really hard on that. The Steam page for the game, if you haven't seen it yet, go check it out because it's really, really good. Sophie did some really cool stuff with the text for that one. So he doesn't see me. The Steam page is there. The game isn't out yet, so they are currently in testing phases, early ones, with select groups of people that can apply with a group to test, and then it's a test like they did for Outshine, so over Discord or something, so they can visually see what you're doing as well. I have not been lucky enough yet to get into those because I'm not a part. Yeah, sort of. It's early beta, basically. But the Steam page is already live, so you can wishlist it, and it would be very much appreciated if you did. I'm playing with the 8-bit 2 controller, which is an accessibility controller. So it doesn't have triggers or buttons on the shoulders. Those are the 2 buttons over here and the 2 buttons over here. I'm getting the hang of this. You can play it with it laying in your hand, but it also actually plays really nice when it's just laying on the ground. I got this one through Mr. Button Power, our mutual friend. I went to see him at the Riva Burst a couple of weeks ago. I went just as a visitor to say hi, and then he asked me for help with this little toy, the Proteus controller, which is my other controller that I play with a lot, which is also an accessibility because it's fully modular. So I helped him out with that one because he was struggling with the updates on it, and he knew that I actually am part of a testing group for those things, for the Proteus. And I ended up sticking around all day to help him out at his stand. And at the end of the day, I got this one. I bought it from him. Yeah, he is an amazing guy. He does amazing stuff for accessible gaming and everything. I myself am a sucker for accessibility in a lot of ways, so I was really happy to actually meet him last year at Gameforce in Brussels for the first time, where I was volunteering for Hyperx, which is a Dutch organization that does a whole bunch for community building for people with accessibility needs. So I was representing Hyperx there, and that's how I got to know Kevin. Or Mr. Button Power, sorry.
Ilo. Ilo.
We gotten out of the city, away from the robots. Even this game, even though it's very limited, has some accessibility features. One of the ones that I'm mainly missing is key binding. A lot of people are complaining about it on Steam as well, because it doesn't have that. Oh, nice. Awesome bicycle. Yeah, Sophie, Thibs, and a whole bunch of the others that came from Fish and Cactus are already on there, of course, because they are part of Maracas. But also Hugo from Fish and Cactus is part of the Maracas Discord, even though he still works for Fish and Cactus. Planet of Lana. Yay, we passed the tutorial. Game as subtitles, will use it just for my own short processing being as an autistic. Yeah, I tend to use subtitles wherever I can. This game doesn't have any... Well, it has speech, but it's not a language. So there's no subtitles for it either. Which is fine, because you're not supposed to really understand what they're saying anyways. But any game I play, I also tend to play with subtitles, mainly as well, because I can't always have my sound on really loud, especially when I'm, for instance, at my boyfriend's. Then I play on a laptop, so I do need to be mindful that he's in the same room playing games as well. But also in general, because voiceovers aren't always very clear when it comes to sound balancing. So it's always nice to just have subtitles. Same with movies and TV shows. And strangely enough, most people do not know this, but subtitles are actually in accessibility settings. So yes, you do need accessibility in your game. Speaking of indie games, one of our teachers showed us a trailer of a game his son has worked on. It looked nice, so I tried it and I recommend it. Well, we're always looking for fun new indie games to follow, to support where we can, so feel free to share. I don't know if my chat allows Steam links, but if you just have the name, then I can look it up later. That would be lovely. Or maybe I've already heard of it.
Ilo.
I don't think Elo is gonna respond, Lana. Sorry to say. I am now trying to get Maracas to put more accessibility in their game. I knew this was gonna happen! God freaking... What's with these cameras all the time? I don't need view bots.
Ilo.
I don't work that way. And yeah, I've become this annoying voice for certain indie devs that I know personally to complain about accessibility in their games. Happy to say that with one game it seems to have worked, because they actually added keybinds to their game now, and controller support, so more people can actually enjoy the game once it finally comes out. So now I'm doing that with other games as well when I can. And luckily, so far, it seems to be appreciated.
Ilo.
I don't think that's Elo that responded there. Well, hello there. What are you? Something tells me if I jump down, he's gonna rush at me. That he is. I'm not here, 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 I'm not here. But the beasties in this game are very cute. I happen to know there's one that's going to become our companion. I actually have 2 magnets for that little guy on my fridge. Yeah, this was impossible not to get seen. Sorry, beastie. If you would have been nice, I would have given you pets. But you tried to murder me, apparently, so no pets for you. This is gonna be a time jump. Whee! Yay, I got it right for the first try. I vaguely remember the demo that I've played of this game was sort of in the start of it. Oh yeah, links are apparently not allowed by my settings. Can you just type in the name of the game, Bicycle? Because my chat automatically filters out a lot of links because of the... Oh, Koira! Yes, I've played the demo of that one and it's so freaking gorgeous. I'm still waiting to buy the game. When I can, I definitely will. I actually met the developer of that one. Was it at Game Force or the Belgian Game Awards last year? I'm not sure. But I'm pretty sure I've met him at an event either there or at Gamescom a couple of years back. A really nice bloke. I don't remember. I'm very bad at names, I'm sorry to say. I don't really remember. Sorry. Well, that one? Why do I want to place this one over here, I think? Okay, I definitely want to place that over here and then take this one with me to the other side. Alright, climb up. But that's not gonna work like that. Of course it's not. Yeah, a lot of my gaming connections also come through bloody good reviews, aka pirate PR or a hobby. Depending on where people met him, it's one of those names that they know for him. He's a really good buddy of mine. And especially Belgian games, he promotes them where he can. And he also does PR for some of them. So yeah, that's I've gotten to know quite a few Belgian devs and Belgian games because of all the work he does for those. Okay, so we're moving that one over there so we can climb on that one. Oh, this is definitely a puzzle platformer, it looks like. We like those a lot. From the demo, I didn't really get puzzle platformer, just regular platformer. So it's fun to see that the game already surprised me at that. Yep. There we go. That's one of the robots that took my sister. Yep. Something tells me we don't want to go right, we want to go left. Ah, one of those again? How far this direction will he come? Not that far. Can I lure him out and then jump up? I can, I just need to jump quicker. Got it. I was going up! There we go. And that's knocked him out, so we can now run and jump. Ah, not fast enough. Okay, let's try this again. We now know what to do. This is gonna take a couple of tries. Especially if I don't... I've already said I'm sucking at jumping. Run, 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 run! I don't know why the piggies... It's still making noise, so it didn't die. I thought for a second I murdered the piggy there. But no clue why it's angry at me. I didn't do shit, and yet it's very angry with me. Those black plants look weird. Ooh. I'm gonna need something on these so I can use that to jumpy jump. Ooh, what's this? Oh. Well, it has collectibles. We discovered our first secret shrine out of 10. And the piggy is very much asleep right now, and apparently we can now just move it ourselves. I'm not sure, but wouldn't that wake him up? I guess not. And oh, sorry. I have seen Children of Morta. There was a reason why I didn't like what I saw of it. It's either the art style or the gameplay. It's usually one of those two that turns me away from the game. Sorry, Rain, for slow response there. I did see your message. There he is! Oh no! Well, that's just rude. Capturing the little critter like that. Poor little critter. What's this thing do? Press buttons. There we go. You're welcome. I think. However, I do want it to be low, so I can move it over here. It is a very goofy looking cat, but it's adorable. I have two magnets on my, what do you call that, cooker hood? With that goofy little kitty on it. Because I played the demo of this at the Thunderfall booth at Gamescom. So yeah, that is 2-3 years ago. And they were handing those out to everybody that played it. And I actually got 2. Don't remember why. Oh yeah, I was talking to one of the Thunderfall people there for a while, and then they gave me another one. So I got one for playing the demo and one for being me and talk too much. I believe the kitty was called Mew, or yeah, something like that. Mew or Maui. I don't like jumps like that. Can games stop doing those? climb up. We'll climb up the rope. And jumpy jump. Maybe one day you'll go to one of those game cons. They are a lot of fun.
Yay!
Gamescom itself in Germany is definitely still one of my... Well, that's just rude. Gamescom, so the big one in Cologne, Germany, is still one of my favorite ones because it's so big. And it has a lot of devs from all over the world that come there to showcase their game. Okay, so this is gonna hold. No, that's not the solution. Now what? The funny part about fishing cactus is that I met the team the first time for Nanotale at Gamescom in Germany. Even though we're both from Belgium, the first time I met Sophie and the gang was at Gamescom in Germany. Then I met up with them again last year at the Belgian Game Awards, just before the evening before Game Force. They haven't changed a bit. They're still the same fun people that they were back then. I have no clue how to continue here. Maybe jump from higher? That was the solution. Game Force every year in Belgium is in Brussels at the same weekend as Made in Asia. It's actually a combined convention with Made in Asia nowadays. That's more towards the end of the year. Gamescom in Germany is at the end of August, but I won't be going again this year unless somebody wants to sponsor me a ticket and hotel room and everything there, so that's not happening this year. I am, however, going to be at a small gaming event in Eindhoven on the 18th of this month, and at the end of the month I'm actually going to, if everything goes well, I'm going to TwitchCon for High Perks, same as last year. So 2 days. It was a lot of fun last year. Getting to taste the little taste of being an exhibitor at a convention without actually having a booth. It was a bit odd, but it was fun nonetheless. And then at the end of June, the weekend of my birthday, I'm going to be at Dutch Comic Con, also in Utrecht, with High Perks. So we'll have a booth there to show accessible gaming to the people there. And it was a lot of fun last year as well. So really looking forward to that. I'm still looking at what games I'm going to be playing. This one is actually getting high up my list because it's very well playable with a controller. And so I can switch it up between the Proteus and this one. But I'll also just be talking to people and letting them try things. Seeing that's a part of my job then. And in Belgium so far, I think Game Force is the only one I'm already certain of that I'm going to be doing. So that's the end of the year. I will be talking to Mr. Buttonpower if he's at any other conventions or expositions or whatever with accessible gaming again. Because it was a lot of fun to be at the booth with them. So we'll see how that goes. Okay. I need to be careful that this little robot does not see me. And actually, I should not be pulling it this way. I need to be pushing it the other way. So that was stupid. I don't trust this. Sophie did ask if anybody was going to Gamescom on the Discord the other day, so I have a feeling that Maracas might be at, No, he saw me! God damn it. I think Maracas may be going to, Gamescom this year, but I'm not 100% sure. Okay, so let's try this again. No! Fucking hell. Sorry for the swearing, by the way. There is a reason why I do put a warning on my streams, like mature rated, just in case I start swearing. I do feel bad about it sometimes because, like, last Tuesday I streamed Chuchel, because apparently that's how you pronounce Chuchel. It was a game that was free on Epic Games, I believe 2 weeks ago. And it's a very, very silly, colorful, child-looking, like, it looks like a children's game. And actually, afterwards, I heard from a friend of mine that was watching me, she's from the US, that her grandson kept coming into the room where she was watching the stream to look at all the colorfulness of the game, and I was like, damn, and I've been swearing like crazy. So I felt a bit bad about that. No! Oh, crap, he can jump up. I wasn't not expecting him to be able to jump up. That's adding an extra level of difficulty to this. Okay, so let's stay hidden for a little while longer until he turns around. And quickly move the kitty cat all the way over there. And the moment he turns around, we jump up. We jump up again. Something tells me I'm gonna have to be careful when I do this as well. Because this critter was trying to get the kitty. So I'm not gonna risk it. I'm gonna wait for him to look away and then release the kitty. Ah, no kitty! What you doing? Kitty! Hurry up! Hurry up! Oh, he can't get in. Hopefully this summer I'll be able to teach coding to kids with a friend. I cross my fingers and hope we get picked. It's the same place I learned this, so it should be nostalgic. Ooh, that's nice. Is it like a summer camp kind of deal, or...? Ooh, nice. Oh, crap. I don't like bright white screens, game. I really don't. There is a reason, I guess, that's most likely the reason why this game actually has a warning on it for photosensitivity and flashes and stuff. I heard Ilo. Yeah, there definitely should be, and not just in this game. I don't know which game it was that was playing this week as well that had them, and it was just so annoying. We're doing this again? There is some games that now allow you to switch out, like, flashbangs, for instance, in shooters. I don't remember which one it was. For a black flash instead of a white one. So that, for instance, people with a lesser visible, who are visually impaired, these bright white screens for me are already annoying because sometimes I still see a little bit of white spots after it. But if you think about it, for people with a visual impairment, that's even worse. There's been a talk about that at the Gaming Accessibility Conference that I follow yearly, or twice a year actually. There are some games now that are switching the white flashbangs or having a setting where you can switch white flashbangs to a black one. So you still have like the blindness for a second, but the moment that disappears, you don't still have blindness because of the white being too bright. Which is a really cool setting, and there's definitely, I think this game could benefit from a setting like that as well.
Kaya lang na.
Mui, that was his name.
Kaya Mui.
Mui.
Na. La. Na.
Mui. He is so cute. It's the same, it's just instead of your screen going fully white for a second, it goes fully black for a second. That's the only difference. It's just the color. No, I can pet the kitty! We gets to pet it! And I feel like I should have known this before, so I could have placed a channel point reward thingies for petting the kitty. Well, the white flashbang makes it so you can't see for a second, right? So a black screen, your screen going fully black, you can't see either. It may not have the same blinding effect that afterwards when it's gone you're still a bit blinded. But for that, for instance, you could make the black screen last slightly longer. Because the white flashbang is just basically there so you can't see for a little bit of people coming at you. Whether that's white or a fully black screen or a fully yellow or green or whatever. Doesn't really matter. The color doesn't necessarily have an impact on you not being able to see people rushing at you. Which is the main reason why you would use a flashbang in most games. So by making that black, you don't make that blinding effect last twice as long for people with certain visual impairments. I hope I'm making sense. So if you mean the lingering effect, yeah, I guess that would be absent. But you could maybe simulate that by making the black screen last slightly longer than the white flash would be. Or make it slowly fade into colors or something like that. It's not entirely the same, I totally agree with that. But it definitely is helpful for things like photosensitivity and everything. So as an accessibility tool. Yeah, mostly black screens are used like, okay, end of a scene or end of whatever. But in this case, it would just serve instead of the white screen that you get when you have a flashbang. So I can tell him to stop. Or tell him to follow. Meaning I can now put him on buttons and everything if needed. The fact he can jump this high is so crazy though. But yeah, I'd have to look up the talk that they did about it. I think it's last year's GA Conf in the UK. But yeah, it looks the same as if it's an end of a scene, except for here, like for instance in a multiplayer, it turns your screen black for a second when somebody throws a flashbang at you. So I think most people will not use it, but I can definitely see it being useful for some people, especially when it comes to like disabilities, or if you're in a very dark room, for instance, and all of a sudden your screen turns very white. Okay, one, already not a good thing to be in a completely dark room when you're gaming. It's very bad for your eyes. It's something I try to make my boyfriend understand. So don't do that. And if you don't have another choice, for instance, you're in a room where somebody else is sleeping on the couch or whatever, that very bright screen can wake them up. I'm one of those people that will be woken up by it, so I'm very, very happy in those cases that the person that is playing can actually switch it to a black screen, so it doesn't bug me. You. Stay there. So I can use this thingy to jump. I can go over there. Yeah, it's definitely better to always have a light on in a room where you're gaming. I do need to improve my lighting here for my streaming setup because this controller is night and white. If I play with my Proteus, which is black, you don't really see that all that well once it starts getting darker because of my lovely Baby Yoda desk mat. But I already want a light that actually goes on my fingers and stuff. I need to improve the whole setup here. But it works for now. I need a job first before I can start setting up things better. No, Maui, come here. Stay. So I can jump to the other side. And on here.
Hola, muy.
Okay, is there something over here? I have a feeling there's something down there. And we're taking a 3-minute ad break. So, Bicycle, see, you actually got ads when you joined me. Can you hear me now still, or do you have the 3-minute ads right now? Well, that's annoying. So those 3-minute ad breaks that you are allowed to do with Twitch so that people don't get ads when they come in your stream or whatever does not work the way it's supposed to. That's very intriguing and very annoying, actually. The reason I set it up that way is that people don't have to deal with annoying ads and stuff while I'm streaming. And not just that, it's also to well, it does help that it gives me a little bit of extra revenue from the ads. Not that I necessarily want that, but if I do have to have people watch ads, I should also be allowed to enjoy some benefits of it, I think. Oh, I had to do this anyways.
Hola. Yay.
But if it doesn't work the way it's supposed to, so, you know, ad break every 3 minutes. But I also just noticed, did one of my sound alerts not play and did you sub to my channel just now, Bicycle? Because that's also a reason why you would not be getting the ads, because you're subbed.
Ima muy.
Yeah, did my sound alert not play for sub? That's annoying. But in that case, thank you for the sub. And also in that case, Stream Elements is not working the way it should. Because it's supposed to show me when people sub to my channel. Huh. Interesting. Things are not working the way it should.
Hola.
But very much appreciate it. Because of Twitch playing tricks on you. Yeah, I guess. But thank you for the sub. Yeah, I just all of a sudden see in my little stats that I have 3 subscribers, whereas at the start of my stream I only had 2. Boop-a-doo.
Toma aqui.
You go up.
Que alô, Mui.
Thank you, Moi. But yeah, then it's normal you can hear me because you're subscribed, so you don't get the ads. So I can't test it with you.
Mui.
It's
Ima.
fine. Come on, kitty. That's a far jump. Nope, no response. Okay. Way to go showing off, Moi. Showing off like that. So rude. Whee! Yes, it does. Amazon Prime subs also give me the same amount as a normal sub. It just doesn't cost you anything. Aww, it's a cute little cutie pie. Hi. Well, hello there.
Ima.
You stay there, kitty. As apparently this thing only follows you. No, any type of subs benefits me the same, so I get 50% of the sub. So for me personally, it doesn't matter whether it's a Prime sub or it's a God damn it, a paid sub. That doesn't change anything for me.
Hola.
Can you come to me? Or is that gonna be... Yes, it does work. Oh, you technically already paid for that sub by getting Amazon Prime, but yeah.
Que alô.
Thank you, kitty.
Ima, Mui.
No, follow.
Hola.
Aw, there's a critter above us. Can we do something with it?
Toma aqui.
Nope, can't
Hola.
seem to do anything with that. Yeah, definitely. Amazon Prime has some cool stuff as well.
Toma aqui.
You good there? It gives me a thingy to jump on. Doesn't look creepy at all.
Olai.
Can you jump up here without... Okay, you can. Damn, this kitty can jump. And yeah, I know Amazon Prime definitely comes with other benefits as well. It's just, as I said earlier as well, a lot of the subs, I kind of want them, but just currently can't really afford getting them. Can Kitty go in there?
Kialo.
Oh! Okay, he needed to go in there even. Still kind of sad I had to give up my sub on Disney Plus, but it is what it is. I'll get it back at some point.
Kialo. Kialo.
Oh, wait, no.
Olai.
Nope, I don't. The only subscription I currently have is World of Warcraft. That's literally the only one I have. I got all the ways I can watch TV shows and everything, so... Don't necessarily need it. Kitty, you go up there.
Tamaki.
You can make that jump, right?
Kialo.
Then nibble on it. So we can take this one over there. I know about
Ima.
Siberia, not a game that I'm
Olai.
interested in. But I have definitely heard of it. And yeah, Amazon Prime always seems to be giving quite a few cool games lately. Okay, so you can't jump up there. Can you do that from... Oh no, I have to do that. First me. But yeah, that's a risk with a lot of those keys that they give away. Like,
Ima.
here, have this really cool game key that you can probably not use because you already have the game. That's what always happens to me with a lot of those things. I currently still have a code, for instance, for Xbox Game Pass, but I'm not allowed to use it because I'm not a new member. Which is so stupid.
Tamaki.
Yeah, I do too. I had an Xbox Game Pass free month with my Proteus controller when I got it. And a friend of mine, end of last year, was like wondering whether or not to get Dreamlight Valley. So I just gave him that code because I know Dreamlight Valley, the base game, is in the Xbox Game Pass. So that way he could try it out with his girlfriend. And they ended up doing that and ended up also actually really liking the game. So they're now one of the many people that I've gotten to play the game. Sorry, not sorry. Now with the 8-bit controller, because it's again an Xbox controller, apparently Xbox likes to give away free months of Game Pass with new controllers. Or at least with these type of controllers, so the accessibility ones. Which is a lot of... it's very nice of them, but it's kind of pointless if the person that is buying it already has used a code like that from before. Like I. Can my lights please go on? There we go. One part of my lights at least. So right now I'm just waiting for another moment that a friend of mine is like, hey, I want to try this or that game, but I don't have money for it right now. And if it's a game that I know is Xbox Game Pass, I can just offer them that key. Because I do believe it needs to be used somewhere this year. Else I maybe just give it away next year with Game Blast. But we'll have to see till when that code is valid. Like, make it an incentive for donations during Game Blast. That's a lot of colors. Run. Can't get in here. But we have noticed they can jump high, so I hope that the ridge there is too high for him to jump. Ba-doo. And I sometimes do that as well if I get Humble Bundle games that I already have one or two of the games from the bundle. I also look for friends that might be potentially interested in having those, because those are fairly cheap as well.
Hola.
You coming, little kitty cat? There we go. So far, this game is fairly relaxing. It's very pretty. There's not much music going on, it sounds like, but the ambience and everything is really well done. Spooky where it needs to be. If I see someone or hear somebody talking about the Siberia games, I'll definitely keep you in mind. Don't know if there's an expiration date on keys from Amazon Prime. As in, claim by this day or they no longer are valid. Always keep an eye on that as well. Like I said, with the Xbox Game Pass ones, there is always like, use this code by that day or it's no longer valid. Oh, it's one of these again. I really like my kitty cat. Kitty, stay here. Or wouldn't that be necessary? I don't know. I'm gonna keep Kitty there just in case. Because that rock seems to be following the kitty. Just stay there, kitty cat. I hope there's not a certain range that I can go away from the kitty, else I might be in trouble. Ah! Let's try that again. I don't know why I seem to gravitate to games that have a lot of jumping in it lately. Especially seeing I tend to suck at them. Can I tell Kitty? No, I cannot. Come over here, Kitty. Let me over here. Does that work? No, that does not work.
Hola.
It needs to be doing that down here. Yeah, it's an odd thing, to be fair.
Ima.
Stay there. Because the rock follows you, not me. Now, one of the things I'm not great at is jumping in most games, and so platformers are generally not a good idea for me. Although this one is very unforgiving with the platforming, so it's fine. There is too many that are not. So if I would attempt those, you'd hear a lot of staring and stuff. Like, for instance, Ori and the Blind Forest and Will of the Wisps. I really, really love how those games look visually. But I always get stuck at some point because of the platforming in there and having to jump around corners or switch where you're jumping midair, that kind of stuff. Which is sad, because I'd love to play those and stream them, but as I get too frustrated by them, it's not going to be a fun experience for people watching. I can tell you that much. So I'd rather not. I've tried that once with Bloodborne, and I just got so frustrated with that. Especially with this kind of 3D platformer, I'd imagine perspective could definitely throw you off. The perspective is not really that annoying for me, to be fair. It's just a side-scroller, so you know there is no left. There's just left and right. There is and up and down. There is no other dimensions to it. So that helps.
Pamaki. Pamaki muy.
Yep. And you'd think that's the same for a game like Ori, but Ori, for instance, has one passageway. There's a whole bunch of thorns in little areas, and there's portals that you have to jump in and out of. And that's generally where I give up. Because you have to be so tight in your jumping to get to the portal in the next square, which is all surrounded by thorns as well. And then again and again and again and again. Yeah, but let me go looking for a light switch. Why are you so far away all of a sudden? Oh, sorry. Messing about with stuff. Here for a second. And hitting my screens. That's not a smart plan, is it? There we go. And I should probably turn the other one next to me on as well, so I'm gonna do that real quick. Ori visually is very, very, very gorgeous, so if you ever get the chance of looking up some more than just the trailers, I can definitely recommend. I will, however, not be streaming it for the aforementioned reasons. Even though I do have Ori and the Blind Forest, and the second one, I believe, is on my wish list. So I really do want to play them at some point. I just can't right now. Okay. But yeah, the way Ori is done, it's very much a very good platformer, and it's just me that sucks. It's that simple, even with a controller. Even though lately I've found stuff like this to be easier playing it with a controller and not mouse and keyboard. Although there's still plenty that I also play with my mouse and keyboard. Yep. Why is my audio... Okay. He's gonna get out there. I'm gonna actually do the same thing myself, I think. Wait, how in the world? Oh, I think I see. Can I tell Maui to go up? I can't wait, what? Am I gonna be using him as bait? I am gonna be using him as bait, aren't I? Ah, frick! Okay. But that is the trick, though. Use him as bait. That's just rude! Let him stay here. And run over here myself. No. I feel bad about using him as bait. And then I can run over here. Come on, kitty. No! Okay, but now we know the trick. We just need to properly execute it. I do feel bad sending such a cute little critter out as bait, though. Yep. Are the cocks deactivated? Wait. What's going on with my cogs? They are not supposed to be deactivated. Oh. That's just weird. There we go, my sound alerts are back in there. I only have sound alerts currently though. Yeah, I know I disabled a bunch of them for the Game Blast streams because what Twitch does is it doesn't allow the streamer to put them in a certain order. It looks at the pricing of the rewards and puts them in that order, which is very annoying because when I was streaming it for charity. And I was streaming Cult of the Lamb, so I had a couple of rewards set for cogs as well, just for those that can't necessarily, you know, pay a lot of money for donating or whatever that still wanted to be part of the game. And also there is the gift channel points for the totem. I think I disabled all my sound alerts for that, just so that it wouldn't, you know, so people could find the right ones that had to do with Cult of the Lamb. But earlier today, I actually deactivated the Cult of the Lamb overlay. So something tells me that by deactivating that overlay, it also deactivated the cog rewards, and I never remembered to put my sound alerts back on. So that's most likely where it went wrong. Oh, fuck. See, now it works. Oh! I know what I'm supposed to do, but I then also need to see why your sub didn't make the noise that it's supposed to and everything. So remember how I was feeling bad about using Mui as bait earlier? I think I'm gonna have to use myself as bait in a second. He can't get there. But if I do this... It squishes the robot! Get kitty! We defeated the robot. I think this is about where the demo ended back then. Or maybe slightly longer, but not much more. Because I remember being stuck on that part for a little while as well in the demo. But yeah, I should really think about some cool sound alert thingies. There's some gruesome violence against robots right there. I know, but hey, it was trying to murder me, so it was either him or me. So I prefer this outcome. I don't know about you, but I do. Oh, those are the same colors as the robot was doing earlier. So it's communicating with that core? If it's them or me, it's definitely gonna be that. Not me. Oh. Okay, I'm not allowed to make that jump, apparently. Is this one allowed? How is this one allowed and the other one not? Oh, because this way I actually get to the next part. Got it. I wasn't supposed to stay up there. Friends with a murderous robot. Are you serious, Bicycle? Maui? Louie? You're gonna stay here for a little while. So I actually can see what the fuck I'm doing. Come here, kitty. Because I'm guessing you're going to be able to make all those jumps in the dark because you're a kitty cat. Like singing something for him, maybe it would have turned nice.
Ima.
Somebody sounds very hopeful.
Ima. Olai.
So Ima means stop and Olai means follow.
Ima.
Yeah, sorry Millie, else I don't see shit of what I'm doing.
Tamaki.
Oh, there's a rope here. Ow. Happy ending, everybody goes home. I first need to find my, maybe?
Ima. Olai.
It's Ima and Olai. But yeah, when you tell him to go to a certain spot, it does sort of sound like Aki, but Aki means it means here. Bit of an odd one. Well, hello there, creepy crawly. Something tells me you are not at all friendly to me. Spiders in your shed being like... I'm not so sure what I'm supposed to do here. I need to get past that critter. Oh, you! Turn on the light there. No, I don't want none of your tentacly bullshit. Because now it stays over here and then I can get past. And it's safe for me to do this. Aha! Gotcha! Ugly critter. And somebody who finds critters that look a bit odd, kinda cute half the time, but not this one. This one is just ugly. It's a face that only a mother could love. Come here. Bye, creator.
Olaj.
Camel. Okay, yeah. I see daylight, I think. Yes. I see also a lot of flags. Sure. Movie Maze Runner. What about that one? I vaguely remember not seeing that one not too long ago, actually. Yeah, I can see that. Yeah, that's not gonna help me at all. I think that going down here is gonna be my death. Yeah. I have no clue where I'm supposed to be going here, that's why I tried it. Because I see something to jump to over there, but I can't jump there. My boyfriend is a big fan of the Maze Runner movies. They're okay. I'm more of a fantasy girl myself, and those are not close enough to fantasy, even though there's definitely some fantasy elements in there. So they're right, but they're not movies I would want to rewatch over and over again, where, while Fed, my boyfriend, does sometimes do that. Okay, I'm completely and utterly confused as to what I'm supposed to do here. Currently reading Game of Thrones, so if you're waiting for the last book to come out for that one, it's never coming out, apparently. We are currently rewatching the whole series. We're somewhere in season 4, I believe. But yeah, George R.R. Martin, so the writer of Game of Thrones, apparently said that he no longer has any interest in trying to complete the books. So for people that really like the books, that kind of sucks.
Vamos aqui. Olaj. Vamos aqui.
Can you go in there? No, you can't. Heard about that one. I'm trying not to spoil myself. That's perfectly fine. I do believe that there are some differences between the series and the I have a feeling I'm missing something here, and I have no clue what. Jumping down doesn't work. We just tried. That murders us. Can't really see anything that I can put the kitty on. Like, maybe the path in the back was something I was thinking about, but that's also not doing anything. And there are these little pillars everywhere, but I can't seem to be doing anything with those either. Probably begin watching it when but that's fair. That's definitely a fair way of doing those things. I would always caution people that already read a book and then the movie that comes out after it, or vice versa. Because I've had it too many times where a book that I really, really enjoy, like Lord of the Rings, like Eragon, for instance. Eragon is one of the worst ones on that front. Although, no, not anymore. The Watch, based on the Terry Pratchett books, is even worse. I get that you have to change certain things about a story or something for a movie or for a TV adaptation, not everything translates properly from a book to a movie or anything. And I get that. But when I see what they did with Aragon, for instance, where they just murdered off a character that you need for later movies, I'm like, how stupid can you be to make that change? When I see in Lord of the Rings, they cut some pieces out that I get are filler-ish, but then they changed other things, like giving Arwen a bigger role. And yeah, I get the times we live in, that maybe there should be more female characters in that movie, yada yada yada. But it felt off to give Arwen a bigger role in certain places. The Hobbit, even worse when they added Toriel completely out of the blue. I'm one of those people, don't mess with my books. If you want to make a movie out of it, go for it, but don't do things like that. I know for Aragon that the rights now have passed over to Disney to make a TV adaptation or a movie of it. But I also know that Christopher Paolini, so the writer of those books, is actually actively involved in potentially rebooting the whole saga, so all 4 books, 5 by now actually, and turn those into a TV show or a movie, and he is actually going to actively try and be there while they're doing that. And I hope that they will listen, because if you look at what they did with The Watch for Terry Pratchett's daughter, Rihanna, was actually actively involved at the start. And she was opposed to a lot of the changes they made, especially the way everything looks. They followed the story pretty decently enough, but they've changed every single character how they look compared to what they are described as in the book, or seen as in one of the illustrated books that I have, and it just bugged me so much because all of a sudden it became more of a post-apocalyptic type setting with dragons than the fantasy setting of a Discworld novel. So yeah, that kind of bugged me a lot. The Watch is one part of the Discworld series. So if you know Terry Pratchett's books, the Discworld series, he has the Night Watch. And they are actually the character that this series is supposed to be about. Oh, I can send Mui up there. I was just not aiming at the right thing.
Hello.
If you like fantasy books and if you like comedy, Discworld is the perfect series of books to look into. Terry Pratchett is definitely one of my favorite authors. May he rest in peace. The guy had early onset Alzheimer's, so his last books already are dictated by him, not actually written by him. And then, yeah, okay, then maybe they're not that... Maybe they are not for you then. But they are very, lighthearted. As in, it's a parody of our own world. They believe that the world is flat, resting on the back of 4 elephants, which are standing on the back of a giant turtle. And Moorpork, which is the main city of that universe, of that planet, is very much Victorian London, but then 10 times dirtier. Planets, first humans. Yeah, my boyfriend is a sci-fi person, I'm more of the fantasy person. Which was really fun when Split Fiction came out, we actually streamed that one together. And that one is all about a girl that loves sci-fi and a girl that loves fantasy. So guess which one I was playing, guess which one he was playing. Another star. I have a feeling the story is being told here, sort of, or a story of the past. But I don't understand a word of what it's saying. One of them seemed to be about creation of the first human. This one seems to be about humans hunting and stuff. And then there is a dude with a space helmet over there. So maybe they traveled into space and then they awoken the space robots? Question mark? This game is definitely more sci-fi-ish. With the robots and everything. It's not like I hate sci-fi or anything, it's just not my preferred style of game, of storytelling. But I can definitely appreciate it. Okay, so we have a door over there that we need to somehow open. We have a whole bunch of pipes in the middle, and we have something over here we can climb up. Let's start on this side. You stay there. I have no clue what this does. It lights up a thing over there. 2 dots and 2 dots. Does that mean that that light is actually showing me the solution? Meaning I need to be... doing something with the one down there? Or they all need to be in the same position? I'm gonna guess they're gonna all need to be in the same position. I actually chose work with the content of the first book of Lord of the Rings for a project in one of our math classes. It was about discovering and deciphering the relationship in a novel movie series and display them in a meaningful way. I don't see the connection between a meaningful way and maths, but that's because I don't like maths. I'm not good at it. I was good at it up to the point they started adding freaking letters and things to it. Okay, so this is not what I'm supposed to be looking at. This is more what I'm supposed to be looking at. I'm confused. Graph theory, essential. You can be used as essentials of graph, but the nodes are people. Okay. Yeah, I was never good at maths. Okay, let's see if we can somehow get on that rope. And pull! Was that correct? I guess that was not the entire solution. Well, if you enjoy maths, enjoy it. It's like I said, it's definitely not my cup of tea. Do I have another hint over here? I do have another hint over here. Okay, so there should be hints for all 4 of them then, I guess, somewhere. Okay, so that's 2 of them. Wish it was more often like that. Yeah. Maths isn't always fun. That's definitely a thing. Okay, so we have 2 of the hints. Do we have more hints over here? That I maybe just missed while I was walking past here? Do we have hints here? We do! 3 and 2 and 2 and 1.
Olay.
Okay, let's see if I can remember this. Applied math. To each their own. I was semi-decent in math until up to the point where they decided to introduce letters into my equations. Wait, I believe that one is actually on the correct one. I forgot. Yeah, but letters make things confusing. And I'm more of a visual learner, so in some ways maths should potentially be easier for me than it actually is. It's just, nope. 3 and 2 and 2 and 1. And I get the need of letters because and that I needed to learn those because I also tried studying biology, so we had a lot of physics, and then that is just a must. Yeah, I know. But they're still too abstract for me. Okay, so we still need to move this one. And then jump on here. Yay! Got it. I'm mostly somebody that needs to do stuff to actually learn properly. As in, oh, I love biology. Biology, especially when it's like, the first year, because I only did 1 year at university, we had to memorize like the life cycle of plants and stuff, and those things I'm really good at. You just give me the image, I can fill in all, well, maybe not anymore, but back then I could fill in every single step of what the name was and everything, what happens in those steps. My favorite subject, however, was genetics, which unfortunately requires maths, so yeah. But like how the gene splicing and then how combining specific genes to the percentages of what the outcome can be and everything, I really enjoyed doing that.
Veno muy.
Ooh.
Quiero muy.
Yeah, but a lot of it is logics. That makes sense?
Ima. Olay. Quiero muy.
Wait, and then right trigger? Ah, okay. There's a lot of logics in there though. You just need to see it. But I have the same with maths, and most of the things in maths, I don't see the logic.
Olay. Olay muy. Tama aqui.
Yeah, exactly. It's just, yeah. Can I just drop down? Nope, I cannot. Wait, what? How am I?
Olay muy.
Bye, kitty. Yay, ad break. Sorry for those who are not subbed.
Olay. Tama aqui.
Okay, so you go there. It shows me light beneath me. Oh, I can just do this. That is scary. Don't make me do that again. I have to confess I'm taking biology course next year. Nice! As in just basic biology, or...?
Olay.
It can be so much fun.
Tama aqui muy.
There's a monster there, and it's currently not moving, and it bugs me because that means it's gonna be moving soon. Hi, I see you. Alright.
Kialo. Kialo.
See if it stays like that.
Olay muy.
But yeah, if you like maths, definitely look into genetics if you can. Mathematical models in neuroscience. So you're straight going for the big boys.
Kialo.
But yeah, there's a lot of maths in biology as well.
Olay.
More than most people expect or suspect.
Ima muy.
Oh, we no. This one and then down.
Tama aqui.
Okay.
Tama aqui.
So you can do this and then right trigger, push it forward. Okay.
Ima muy.
Up.
Olay.
You have to come over. Because then we have a thick piece over here, so we can actually jump up. Usually the courses we can take from applied math and biology are about medical imaging and such. Yeah, there's quite a bit of math involved in reading those images as well, I guess. I'd assume there would be something about genetics as well, because genetics is all about statistics and stuff. Like, put gene A together with B, how many chances do you have on this, or this outcome? Which is, for instance, how I know that both my parents have one of the genes for eye color in their cases are both brown and blue. And they gave at least one of the brown ones to me. And they gave both the blue ones to my brother, because my brother has blue eyes, while the rest of us don't. And the same with his blonde hair and our brown hair. It's really fun to learn about those things. Because then all of a sudden it makes sense that my brother is the only one in our family of 4 that's blonde with blue eyes, while my mom, my dad, and me, all 3 have brown eyes and brown hair. Okay, take this one, move it over here. You guys stand on there. And this one. Oh wait. Go back over here. But yeah, genetics was the only way I actually enjoyed maths. Every other form of maths that we had, I very, very, very much disliked. Can the kitty come to me? What the f— How high can you jump, kitty cat? Okay. There's gonna be, yep, some climbing up heads. Yep. Climb up 0. Can you jump up here, kitty? No, you can't. Okay. Because I am gonna need you up here, because I cannot jump down. Did use genetic algorithm for homework. Okay. Oh, I already know what I'm supposed to do. Put the kitty on here. Sit. That way kitty can go up and we go around again. Did use a genetic algorithm for homework. Come here, kitty. As I need you up there. And apparently you can jump really high. Not fair. Kialo. I have a feeling I need to go there, so I just want to check out over here. Nothing. Okay. At least don't think so. Whee. Ba, 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 da, da. This game could use a run button, I was about to say, and then the music went ominous. Ah! That's why the music went ominous. There's a fucking robot here. About having population and step-by-step let it evolve by mating together individuals with a high score new ET patient energy. Yeah, that's what genetics is mainly about. Is he staying up there? Guess that would mean I can safely do this. Safely go over here. For now, you go down there. You're safe and out of sight. Alright, so we're hiding here. We somehow need to have him go after the kitty, I'm guessing? So I can then jump up here. And just hope he dumps down there. Almost had it. Studying the brain is really interesting from a math standpoint. I can see that. The brain does make a lot of calculations, so yeah, I can see that. Yep. I was on the right track with using the kitty as a brain, as a decoy again. Instantly go down. I can already go over here while he's sitting there. And to be fair, I also understand why studying biology required so much math, because there is a lot of calculating going on in that whole world when it comes to life cycles and stuff. So it makes perfect sense. It's just, yeah, definitely not my strong suit, which is why I did not continue that study. Lose interest so I can call my kitty back. There we go, made it pass. There has also ways connections that have been made between the brain and the way magnets work. Okay, that's a new one I hadn't heard before. Ooh. That's an interesting theory, though. I haven't done much with all that stuff since I stopped with that study. I did try to more relate it to animals specifically because I do really, really like animals. But then I started working at a supermarket. And then I had to stop there, and now I really am still trying to get my diploma to go work with people with disabilities. But I've noticed more and more that accessibility in gaming is where my main focus lies on that front. So I'm kind of hoping that something works out that I've been told about 2 weeks ago. And or something tomorrow. I'm not sure yet what to expect with the talk that I have tomorrow with the people from Thumb Soldiers. I am really looking forward to that talk. Because that may mean some things for this controller and my Proteus as well for the future. So definitely keep an eye on my channel if you know what thumb soldiers are and what they do. And yeah. For those that do not know Thumb Soldiers is a company from the UK that does a lot on the accessibility front as well. But by making toppers for the joysticks on controllers. It's not necessarily only for accessibility, because I heard that for some type of games they can also be quite useful. Like for races and stuff, people have been using some of them. So I'm very interested in seeing how I would use them and how I would play with them. I've touched them a little bit and seen how they go onto controllers at the Reva Burst 2 weeks ago. So I am definitely looking into getting some for myself for the future. So the kitty didn't like the water. But I can swim. Can the kitty sit on my head while I'm swimming?
Olay.
Can I tell it to sit on my head? No, I cannot. So I'm gonna need to find another way to get Kitty to come with me. Oh, I just want to sit down there. It's like, okay, I'm gonna sit here until you found solution for me. Oh, I see solution. No, Kitty just doesn't like water, like most kitty cats don't. Nothing about being dumb. Whee! I'm guessing I can hold on to the log while I'm in the water. And then take it with me to the other side. So Kitty can jump on. And that way we can get Kitty across.
Olay.
It's funny though how we always say that kitty cats don't like water. I've had cats once in my life with my ex. And that be the only mention of that bastard. The kitty cats we had were awesome, and we had one that absolutely adored being in the bathroom with us, which was kind of funny. We just sit next to the water tap. Still have been easier if it sat down on your head. Yeah, I know, but I guess it didn't want to mess up my hair or something. Which is very considerate, considering it's a kitty cat. And they are not known for being considerate. Yoink! And I know cats can jump, but this is taking a piss out of the height that they can jump a tiny bit. So far, difficulty of this game has been fairly easy, which I don't mind. I enjoy running around here because it looks absolutely gorgeous. With how much you've been running around and jumping in the game, I think your hair already messed up. Nah, that's just no. You're seeing it wrong. Okay, so if I stay here, Kitty can... I killed the kitty! Oops! If anything messed up my hair, it's probably being in the water though.
Olay, muy.
Come on, Kitty. Move. Your hair would be... To be fair, mine as well. I'm always happy when it looks okay on the stream.
Pamaki. Pamaki.
Because my hair is something that just... A slight breeze and I have a million knots in there again, which is so annoying. we go. The way I'm sad that the makeshift campaign for the Mui plushie didn't work out. But at the same time, I think it's a fairly easy plushie to make myself. So I may do that at some point. This does not look like friendly water. Okay, the fish don't do shit.
Vamos aqui.
Oh.
Cielo.
Okay, maybe the other way? Wait.
Vamos aqui, Mui.
You know when it's windy outside and my hair are getting too long for you to... Well, hair getting too long, it's fairly easy fix, to be fair.
Cielo.
You know, go hairdresser, or in my case, is this a shrimp? The one on the side here, I think so? But hey, it's helping me get across, so... Oh! Huh. Okay, now I'm confused. Can't be bothered to go get a haircut. Well, if you have a mom like mine, I just ask my mom to. If it's just simple cutting my fringe a bit shorter again, because she's gonna have to do that soon again. I just ask my mom. And do it when we meet up anyways. Don't have time. Make time?
Ima.
Okay, this should be an... Make it so that Kitty can come back to me now, I think. So much math to be doing. Yeah, but you do need to take breaks from time to time as well, bicycle. We all need breaks. And you could potentially use one of those breaks to, you know, go get a haircut.
Vamos aqui, Mui. Cielo.
How much longer do you have to go for school? Okay, whoop!
Olá, Mui.
Come back, kitty. I keep forgetting how old you are, so... 2 weeks before study session. Meaning 2 weeks till... exams, or... And then exams after that study session? I mean... And is this your... Well, you said already you're gonna be taking another class next year, so I'm guessing you have another year to go after that as well? Or is next year the last year? Then a vacation. Come on, kitty. I'm seeing a mosquito in my house again. I'm not happy. I love where I'm living, but I live close to water. 2 years of master. Alright. That's not too bad.
Vamos aqui. Quiero.
I murdered a mosquito last night, mosquito, so maybe this is not the best place for you to be.
Muy. Hola.
Ah, okay. Yeah, quite a few years younger than me then. I'm used to them because of where I live, and I'm lucky in a way that most of the time they leave me alone. Even better if there's somebody else laying next to me, or in the same house as me. They always go to the other person, not to me, so... And I know... Aw, that's not good. That's a good thing you don't live where I live. Wait, what? I mean, it's never that much fun getting stung by mosquitoes, don't get me wrong. I'm gonna guess I'm gonna have to swim over to the other side. And then there's something here that I can climb up, I think. Yep. Yeah. I mean, a lot of people despise them, and depending on how severe a mosquito bite bugs you when you get one, I can see it being stressful for some people, especially if you're like allergic to it or something. I've always been that lucky bastard that didn't have to be bothered by them.
Hola.
But like they appear in my thoughts at least once time.
Quiero muy.
Well, to be fair, we are going into mosquito season again. And that's definitely not a fun season. I just want to see if, as Lana, I can get out this way, or if I need to... Okay, so, Kitty.
Hola.
Winter is coming kinda gay. No, other way. Although it doesn't really matter actually. I don't like summer here. I don't mind summer in certain other countries where I've been. Like, I've been to South America, for instance. I really didn't mind the warm temperatures over there. Because the humidity is so different. Here, for me, it's mostly the humidity of summer and winter here is just horrible. And also, it all gets all stuffy and stuff, and yeah. No.
Hola.
I don't do well with those kind of temperatures. And then I'm the smartass that decides to hang out with my friends from Token Dagger the gaming community me and my boyfriend have. We always meet up in summer.
Hola.
I've been fortunate enough to have a dad that earns nicely. So as a kid, we traveled regularly outside of Europe as well. Well, not as regular. Mostly we traveled within Europe, but we've had moments where we also went to like countries. We've been to Bolivia and Peru. We've been to the US. So I've been outside of Europe as well. Oh, and Aruba. So one of the Dutch Antilles. So sort of still Europe, but not quite. But that was all when I was a lot smaller. Well, Bolivia, I've been there for a whole year, as in I lived there for a whole year as an exchange student as well.
Cielo muy.
Yeah, that's fair. I do like learning about new cultures and everything, and the best way to do that is actually going there.
Hola.
So having had that chance as a kid already, it really made it. I know I've been privileged in that way. I would love to do it again, but then I also love spending money on other shit, so it doesn't really happen all that often. But I am gonna try and save up for in about 2.5 years to be going to Disney Paris around Halloween. See, in 2 years, big number of my birthday. So I decided that it's a nice goal to then try and save up for staying at one of the Disney hotels instead of a cheap ass hotel in the neighborhood, which we've done so far. Just to treat myself. That would be a case of me, my boyfriend, and then my best friend and his girlfriend as well. Just go and have fun for a couple of days over there. And as a kid, having moved around a couple of times from Belgium to the Netherlands, and then from the Netherlands to another place in the Netherlands, and to Belgium to another place in Belgium, and then on my own to different places in Belgium as well. It's not that I'm not attached to my home. I love the place I live now, but in the weekends I'm never home. Basically, I spend most of my weekends at my boyfriend's as well, so I don't mind being away from home at all. I've grown accustomed to it. Are we watching a movie? Because that looked like a TV screen or something. I did way back as a kid at the Santa Fe, which is now the Cars Hotel. And when we went with my parents, we stayed at the Center Parks, which is nearby. That looks like it could be a spaceship. That looked very spaceshipy. But if I want to go like 2 years, in 2 years I'm turning the big 40. Yes, I'm that old. I want to stay a bit closer to the entrance so we can just easily go to the hotel and back if we want to, in case somebody wants to stay in the hotel for a little while longer while the others already go in the park. That's possible too. You know, that kind of stuff. Plus, if we go around Halloween, if it's the Halloween evenings, it will be easier then to maybe go in costume, because that's like one of the few times that adults are also allowed to wear costumes in the Disney parks. But for now, I need to start saving up for that, so I really need a job. And once that is done, we'll decide on exactly what we'll be doing. Why is there a skeleton there? Don't have nice memories of Disney parks. Aw, I do. I also have one from the Disney park in Orlando, but that was way before all the parks were there. Because it was nice and sunny, so I wore like a cap. And the caps always have like this hole in the back, so my ponytail was going out of there, and one of the Ninja Turtles decided for the picture to hold my tail up like that, so it looked really silly on the picture. Okay, so I can't go underneath there, so this is a you thing.
Vamos aquí.
But if I can, and I have a choice, I will always prefer Efteling, which is in the Netherlands, and which is also where we always do our meetups with Cloak and Dagger. To which anybody that's part of that community is always invited. Overall, just yeah, that's fair enough as well. I know more people that prefer that over going out, and for multiple reasons. And there's definitely nothing wrong with that. I just think that for me personally, I do like going out away from time to time because I've gotten used to that as a kid. And as I said, I like learning about new cultures and everything, which is why, for instance, the past couple of weeks while I was streaming South of Midnight, I really appreciated that game. Because it taught me new things about the Deep South and their lore and folklore tales and stuff. And those are things I can really, really appreciate. This game is absolutely amazingly looking. Like, we went from this lush green land into the ruins, I think, of some kind of spaceship or something? Judging by that image we saw on the screen. The music is now also a bit more present and also a bit more ominous. Also, that's a rocking horse and a sofa, so people actually lived in this ship. Which makes me wonder, are we, as in Lana, descendants of people that came to this planet with this ship? Would that be a possibility? Okay, no reaction. Because this ship does not look like it's part of the invasion of robots that's happening currently. So that makes me wonder, did maybe our ancestors who also built this ship built us robots? Then the robots went rogue, so we had to flee our home world, and that's why we're now here. Because we crash landed on here and... Yep. Okay, Kitty, you stay here. I'm guessing the moment I come down. Get Kitty! We're playing Murder Hobo again. I swear it's the game telling me to murder these things. Although we've so far killed one more run robot and now one of these slimy things, so we're not that much of a murder hobo yet. It's not that bad. Oh, Kitty, come on. Well, if things are trying to murder me, I'm gonna murder it back. I mean... That's the basis of survival, isn't it? I didn't do it! That's a planet that is being lit up that looks a bit like Earth, and that's the spaceship. Which looks very oddly shaped. I'm not gonna name what just came in my head, because that's very PG-13, that's definitely not safe for work. Aw, sorry, bicycle. But that's what happens when things try to murder me. So yeah, it does look like this is the spaceship and it came from another planet and it's crashed here, I guess. And from what we saw, it having like the rocking horse and and things, it does feel like this would have been a place where humans were staying on, and then some of the survivors probably created the society that Lana is descended from. Okay, so not here. You stay here. Oh, Simon. It did look like Earth. So maybe? Guess I'm gonna survive that. Come here, kitty. They must have fucked up something on that planet for no longer being able to live there and having come here. This looks like it could be a pump. Possible too. Especially if it's an Earth like ours. But those robots also came from somewhere, so maybe we created robot friends that then... Okay, we definitely do not want that. Oh, wait. You go stand at the button over there. Don't press it just yet. Wait for me to cross. Because else you're gonna zap me. And that's something I prefer not to have happen. So Mui first. And then I can press on this one. It gives Mui a way to cross. Wait, does that okay, that stays. That works too. I thought it was gonna go back. I also kind of half expected that rotor blade in the back to start turning and maybe, you know, get rid of the water. Come on. Thank you, kitty. We haven't given kitties pets in a while. We need to rectify that. Maybe we would have sucked you in and you would have died. Yeah, that's definitely a possibility too. What? Kitty, get back here! What the frick? Ooh, little space mobiles? That's a robot with it. Oh, I just noticed the mural. That's a big whale and a butterfly and mushrooms and a boat or something. And then robots with a kid. So this was the nursery or something? Or the kindergarten? Let's give the kitty some pats. It's deserved it. More than earned it. But these robots have the same eyes as the robots that have been trying to murder us and that have kidnapped families. So my theory about maybe a robot uprising may not be that far-fetched. And that's why Earthlings had to run away. To, you know, not get known by all the robots. Ooh. Because that looks very human. And so does this one. And so does that one. And then we have a robot. So even on the ship, the captain got replaced by a robot at some point? I see robots in the front with lights on. I know I'm gonna have to press this button, but I do not trust it. Our little thingy seems to... You're knackered, you probably should go to sleep. That's okay, I'm gonna go for about another 15 minutes or so, and then I'm gonna stop my stream as well. Keep some for next week. What is this? Some of the robots this wake up and also fell down again once we grabbed onto this. Ooh! You got a bracelet now, and the achievement I got for that is in control. Does this mean I can control robots now? Don't feel like you have to. If you really feel like you want to go sleep, definitely do, but I won't be going for that much longer either. Ugh. Nope, missed. Damn it. Almost murdered a mosquito. Don't want to go just before then. That's okay. I'll definitely will not be finishing the game today, that's for sure. What does it do? It allows me to move this. So... Oh, it goes all the way down either way. You go over there. Because I doubt I can tell you to go there. No!
Olay. Ima. Ima muy. Olay. Pamaki muy.
Can you do something with that? No, you can't. Can I somehow... No, I cannot.
Pamaki.
Should be able to get there now, right? Can you do something with
Tamaki.
that? He cannot.
Pamaki muy. Pamaki.
Nope. I guess there's not much you can do with that.
Olay muy.
Okay, so I do need to place kitty cat on this thing, I think. I think.
Ima.
That vent there really bugs me because it looks like you should be able to do something with it, but apparently I can't. And I can, but that's gonna... Okay. Turn that off. Yeah. See, I knew there was something with that. I think I'm gonna finish this puzzle. Not Oh. Oh, that's an issue. Because I need electricity to take that one over there. I'm gonna have to... Okay, I think I got this puzzle sorted now. Get it all the way up there. As high as I can. Give myself as much time as possible. Oh, it does go down. Okay. I thought for a second it wasn't going down. Go here. Run, 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 run. X the other side. And then...
Cielo.
What? Then we can put the electricity back on. To move that thing. Okay, so if I take this one all the way up here, that give me plenty of time to do this. Jump up here. Hopefully I can make the jump over to that one and then onto the next one.
Olay, muy. Olay.
Come on, kitty. There we go. And it just saved. So I think this is gonna be a nice spot to say goodbye to everyone once we're all the way down. And before we are gonna go into the next area of the game. Because I also need a break. I need to stretch because my back is starting to be a bit iffy at the moment. It needs movement. So yeah, that is gonna be it for today. I will be continuing Planet of Lana next week on Thursday. I will also be attempting to go live again next Tuesday. Not sure yet which game, but I'm thinking about keeping Tuesday for the like shorter games or games I just want to see and try and see if I like them or not. So expect indies on Tuesday, and on Thursday it will depend a bit. I will play the games that take a bit longer. So like I did the past couple of weeks with South of Midnight, I will be continuing Planet of Lana next Thursday. And then maybe the Thursday after that, depending on how long this game actually is, because I have no idea. And I think I'm going to divide it up more or less like that for the next couple of streams at least, and see how that works for me and for you guys as well. So expect a variety of games, especially on Tuesday. I'm so sorry. This is very not charming, I know, but that noise is pretty very annoying. I'm gonna say thank you all to all of you. I hope you guys enjoyed Planet of Lana so far. I'm enjoying it a lot. It's very laid back, a bit cozy even for a platformer, which I do appreciate because it allows me to play a platformer game without getting frustrated or anything. The puzzles are fairly easy, so it's not overly complicated or anything to understand how to do them. Some may take a bit longer than others to understand and to figure out, but it's not horrible like I've had in some other puzzly platformer games. So I do appreciate that a lot. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed it as well. Thank you so much for hanging around, Bicycle and Serious Rain in chat as well. Very appreciate that always when people are talking to me, because that gives me something to talk about as well, or slightly easier to talk about things that way. And then all that's left for me is to tell you guys to take care of yourselves, stay safe out there, and see you guys next time. Bye bye. Also, Bicycle, thanks for the sub. Also, that's the wrong screen. That's better.